Hello and welcome to Richmond TV's Community Focus. I'm your host, Jason Robbins, and we're here today with the Richmond Community Theater, the musical director, Dan Williams, and then cast member, Tyler Blish. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having us.
Not a problem. So what role do each of you play in this production?
Well, as I said, I am the music director of it, so I run all the songs and teach all our castmates all the different songs. Plus, I'm also performing in it.
Oh, okay.
So I'm doing a few songs too, because when I decided I just not music director, I wanted to be in it. So, so it's been a lot of fun.
I'm also just a cast member. We also have a duet together.
That's
so
true.
Ooh.
Very fun. But yes, I am strictly just a cast member today.
Can you say, can you tell us what song you're going to be duetting?
Well, we're doing a show from the producers. It's called We Can Do It, and it's the first song between the two lead male, Max and Leo, and they're coming up with a scheme to put on this worst Broadway show in history. I'm for it, and of course he's against it, so he's trying to convince him to do it. So we can do it.
So it's been a long time since I watched that movie, but which one was Mel Brooks and which one was...
Well, Mel Brooks wrote it. Nathan Lane played the Max
okay.
Bialystock character.
In it too. I'm sorry.
And then Matthew Broderick played the part that Leo. That.
Oh, I was talking about the one that was made a long time ago. That's okay. I was talking about the original.
The original
Wilder.
Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel.
Oh yes, that's it.
Yes.
The show will be a musical review, Songs Through the Ages. Why and how did you decide to do this type of show featuring portions, musical numbers from every decade from 1920 to present?
Well, a music review, for people who don't know what that is, it covers many different shows. We have like 18 musical numbers from 21 different shows. So through singing and dancing and acting, we thought that we can, the great thing about a review is that it gives people who aren't familiar with certain shows like an idea what they are. So if they hear one song they're not familiar with, they're like, oh, that's kind of a cool idea. And we thought going from the 20s to the present will make it a more structured idea, more of a theme to our show. Instead of just putting random shows in there, we thought, hey, let's go from 20s to the 30s to the 40s. So each show in each decade takes place in that decade. For example, the producers that we're in takes place in the 50s. So it's part of our 50s. So it just gives it more of a structure and an idea of how to, instead of just saying, oh, here's this show, we thought, well, let's give a structure for the audience to follow.
So it's more of it's not necessarily that the musical that you're performing from was written in the 20s. It's more of, it took place in the 20s.
Yep, our idea is the shows take place in each of these decades. Okay, like we're doing Hairspray, which takes place in the 60s. So that's how we're doing this show, is not when it was written, but where it takes place.
That's really cool. How did you compile and choose the songs that you wanted to use?
Well, it's kind of funny. The actual director, Eleanor Schmidt, told me the story of how she came up with it. She was listening to Thoroughly Modern Millie, which is one of our first songs, and she sings a song called 1922. And she came up with an idea like, 1922, let's go from the decades 22 to 22, from 1922 to 2022. So she decided to, let's go through the decades. So she just kind of had a thought, and we went with it, and just came up with all the songs and what shows. It was a tough choice though, to make sure we had all the songs. We had a list this long of just. But
this show in particular was thrown together pretty quickly too, right?
Yes, we've probably been working on it for about 3 weeks now. We had auditions earlier in April, and so it's been thrown together pretty quick. But everyone's been working hard at it, and I think we're all getting pretty excited for it.
We've been having a good time with it still.
What are a few songs the audience will be familiar with?
They can laugh from Singing in the Rain, from Grease, We Go Together, classic, and even songs from Rent, like Season of Love. Okay. And of course, our song, We Can Do It, from the producers.
And we have songs from other shows that people might not be familiar with. We have a from Come From Away, a show called The Last 5 Years, and Dear Evan Hansen. So hopefully people will come hear some of those songs and then go out and check them out more and be more familiar with like the Broadway world of musical theater.
It's a good sampling of all different kinds of theater.
Oh yeah, we have our classics, you know, Annie and Guys and Dolls too, our more recent Come From Away and stuff. So we have a whole Whitman sampler of songs.
I definitely have to go now because Guys and Dolls is probably one of my favorite musicals.
It's a very popular show, yes.
I have a distinct memory of going and seeing it at the Stratford Festival Theater.
Oh, yes.
Where they have the set, where they have the stage that comes out into the audience, and they had a huge. It was amazing. Don't Rock the Boat. It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Yes.
Good song.
When and how did you cast this type of show?
We had auditions April 11th and 12th, and myself and Eleanor spent countless hours casting the show. We had them sing whatever they want, but we had to very carefully pick what songs we wanted, how big of a song, who's doing a duet, who's doing the solo. So we spent many hours putting this together. It was challenging, but I think we pulled it off pretty well.
And there's always the challenge of making sure that an actor has enough time to move from one costume, from one song, to another costume and another.
Most castmates are in probably 6 or 7 numbers. So scheduling wise, we have to make sure they're not really going back to back. So it's been really, okay, we can't have this person in this show, but we can have them in this one. So, but I think we worked it out, and it's going to be great.
Now, how does that work with the sets? How are you going to differentiate, make the sets different between each show?
Well, the background is pretty much going to be like a black box style, which means it's pretty much going to be black, but we're bringing out like couches and desks and chairs and tables, and we're going to set the scene. And that's what makes this show also interesting is we're all in costumes, choreography, singing. We're not just standing up on a stage with a microphone in front of us just singing like a talent show. We're actually performing like if you were going to watch the show, what that scene would be like. So you're not just coming to hear the song, you're actually seeing it being performed too. So most of the set's going to be like furniture pieces, and we're all bringing it out, and then we just perform it and then move on and keep it going.
Very cool. How many people are in the cast?
We have about 25 members in the cast, so it's actually a pretty big cast for a Richmond show. So we were happy. We had a lot of people audition, so we were very happy with that. So about 25.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's technically, but that's one show. One show for every decade. You know, that's 10 songs.
Right, and there's some decades we have multiple shows from each decade too. Like the 1920s, we have Thoroughly Modern Millie and Singing in the Rain, which is the 1920s. So we have about, I think, 21 songs from 18 shows being performed, and so it's been this is
ambitious.
It was an ambitious show, but luckily, working with someone like Eleanor directing it has been a joy, and she's helped out a lot to make this happen.
Yeah, she's definitely kept the spirits up throughout all the performance, or all the rehearsals, and even not only having songs in the same era, but same songs from the same production. Like Grease, we have Look at Me, I'm Sandra Dee, as well as We Go Together.
Okay. So what do you think this makes this show particularly challenging for your cast?
I think the hardest part is when it comes to different eras, you have to act a certain way. It's not just the different clothing that you have. And for some of the main parts of solos and duets and smaller parts is you have to put on a completely different character for each song. And I feel that that's always a challenging part of always making sure that you are acting a certain way, portraying to that era.
Okay. What are the dates and times for these shows?
So we open at May 13th, 14th, and 15th. So the 13th and 14th is 8 p.m. and then the May 15th will be 2 p.m.
Okay.
So it's just one weekend, but you can get your tickets at the website or at the door.
Okay. And the website's richmondtheater.com.
richmondtheater.com.
You can also do a phone reservation too, right?
Yes, you can call, and we have a machine. Leave your name and how many you plan on attending. We can take your phone reservations too.
Okay. When will ticket sales be open? Will open and close?
Well, they are open right now, and they will be open through the run of the show until we sell out. So,
Okay.
yep, get your tickets soon.
This town is very likely that's going to happen.
Yes, I hope so. I hope so.
Is there anything either of you would like to add?
Just come see the show. It's a fantastic show. It's really good to see these different eras come together and having such a, what people would say, a very structured and coordinated amount of shows from different eras come together.
And I want to say it is it's a family-friendly show. So you can bring your kids. We all are, we have kids in the show. So don't be afraid to bring your whole family. It'll be a good time. Good 2 hours of your night. It'll be a good time.
Good. Thank you both for joining me today. Musical Revue Song Through the Ages will be on May 13th and 14th at 8 p.m. and May 15th at 2 p.m. You can go get your tickets online at richmondtheater.com or via phone reservation at 586-727-9518. You can also visit Richmond Community Theater on their Facebook and Instagram for all their future show dates. You can also catch this program and all other programs on Richmond TV Channel 6 within the Richmond area on Xfinity, and you can also view us on our YouTube channel. Just search Richmond TV 12. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button to make sure you're notified on our latest videos that are out. Also, any links and anything we talked about will be in the description below if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for joining us and have a great day.